Ray, you've gone out today with an attacking formation, looked to go toe-to-toe with Hibs. How do you think the game panned out? Well, I'm going to ask you about, I guess, the first 45 in particular.
I thought we were excellent in the first 45. Really good. We got in some really brilliant areas, really nice good counter-attacks, balls in the box, and another day, we could have been 1-2 up. So I was very pleased in the first half, considering again, we get phone calls on the day of the game, Mark Stewart's unwell, and, because Mark was going to play today. So again, we have to reshuffle the team, and no, I thought the boys were great in the first half. They were very good, and I thought on balance of play, I thought we were the better team in the first half.
What was the plan pre-match? Was it very different to what you would how you'd attack a league game? The fact that it was in the cup.
Yeah, in terms of formation, it was we know they play the diamond, and they're a very good team. And we just wanted to make sure that we can go and compete against them there, and make sure that we can get out to fullbacks. And I thought James Cragen, he played off the front, but with a specific role to get out and make runs in behind their fullbacks and that. And Mitch Megison's job was to get in behind the other fullbacks. So, and also to give us a wee bit of stability across midfield. And I thought the boys were absolutely brilliant in the first half. And I really felt coming in at half time, this game was there to be won, but. They're a very good side. We have a very decent squad, and right this minute we're depleted. And as I've said this before, we don't make excuses, but it's difficult when they're able to bring on players for like, and and our boys were running out of steam a wee bit there, and because we don't have that abundance of equal quality. So, and the two goals, one's a wonder strike, and the first goals come from us being in the counter attack position, which was disappointing. We should have done better higher up the park. They've went down the park and scored. But the second goal, listen, you can't do nothing with that. But we had a couple of wee chances in the second half, and I'm disappointed because the boys have put so much effort into that, and but that's cup football. Listen, they've got a really very good team there, and we've been excellent against them every game this season. We just don't have that wee bit to get us over the finishing line at this minute.
A word for your goalkeeper, man of the match performance, and just before the first goal he's pulled off a save that's as good as Starts Park seen in many years.
Do you know what, I just spoke to him there. Cat's been absolutely magnificent since I walked in his door, and he gives that back four so much confidence, and the point blank save he made in the second half there was, as I said to him there, it was world class, and and he deserves all the credit he gets that because he works extremely hard, and he's been great for us, and so again, he's been beaten by one that's been smashed along the ground and is fizzing about, and one's in the top bin, so he's been great, and like you said, the save was world class.
A word for Ross Callaghan, he picked up a really early booking, so that was always going to be a big test of his character and maybe your nerve as well.
It was in terms, because we want to get about people and put pressure on them, and that was and at the same time, I set a wee tempo in the first half. It showed that we were willing to get about and work hard and press, and as I said, I thought we were great in the first half. There was a wee spell in the second half there, they had a wee bit of possession, especially in about the 70th minute, and but anyway, they scored their goal and they get one quickly after it, which was a wonder strike. It sort of knocked the stuffing out of us, but we're down good players right this minute, and we haste them back because we want them back, because when we get everything together, we're a good team, and that's our stretch, so no complaints. On another day, a couple of half chances for us to go, and it's a different game. But we now focus on the Alloa game Tuesday, and that's a big game for us. And we need the players to recover today because we've not got many of them. We need to take it easy tonight, recover well, so we're ready to go against Alloa on Tuesday.
But you go away from Starts Park tonight thinking at least we've gave Hibs a game, we've gave it a go, and certainly your own reaction to that second goal was immediately to put on an attacking player.
Well, we were going to put the attacking player on just before that, and we were trying to get him on, and he had to come up and get changed and that, because we obviously want to get back in the game. Grant Anderson's been out for a while, five weeks, and he's not had a game since, so he wasn't ready to play 90 minutes tonight. He was ready to come on and give an impact, but we couldn't get him on in time, and we lost that second goal, so that change was being made prior to that.
A strong competitive performance from John Daly, who signs off his career. What for him?
Yeah, listen, John's been fantastic. We needed John to come in and give us a boost when Louis Vaughan done his cruciate at the start of the year, and he's done that. He's been great, and he's been an exceptional person to work with, and he trains. He's a fantastic professional. The guys like him. He's a very likeable person, and I'm sure he'll go into the coaching at Hearts and be a successor.
Do you think he's got all the attributes that it takes to make that transition away for the playing staff?
Yeah, I think he does. He'll be working with under 21s. It'll be easier, because he's working with younger kids. But that'll be a good learning time for him through at Hearts there, and I'm sure he's got all the attributes to go on to be a successful manager.
It must seem like an eternity since we actually had a game at Starts Park, but we have two in quick succession. We've got Alloa up next, and it's not a dressing room that ever feels sorry for himself, but we need to just bounce straight back.
Yeah, listen, I said to him after the game, there could have been things I could have said there, but it would have been would have got no effect, and it would be me just like venting for the sake of it. So basically what we said after the game was, look, this game's gone, we gave everything we had, we come up short. On another day we might have took someone out of the game, but now we need to focus on Tuesday, because this is a big game for us, and it's at home. We've got Alloa, we want to take 3 points, and we want to move 5 points clear in 4th place in the league. So this is a big game for us Tuesday, and we need to get everybody, hopefully there's no more injuries today. Seen Cal feeling his shoulder again, so I spoke to him there, and hopefully he's not done any damage to it, because again I thought he was great today. And but it's all about Tuesday. We need to go and let's go and put a performance in and get 3 points Tuesday.
A crowd of over 5,000 today. It was great to see Starks Park busy, and I know as you're trying to look forward and build for the future, we can only hope that we see more bodies through the gate again.
Aye, great. It's I love it when it's like that and it's busy, and fair play to all the Raith fans that turned up today to contribute to that as well. And it's always good when there's a nice atmosphere at the ground, and it's nice playing in front of that sort of crowd. So fair credit to everybody that turned up on a damp, dreary day.
Absolutely. So it's all about the playoff push now.
Yeah, listen, we're not going to talk about playoffs, because that wasn't that wasn't what we started off this season about. We just wanted to make sure we're out there and competitive, and see where we end up at the end of the season. But when we're sitting there now and we've got an opportunity to go 5 points clear, that's got to be paramount in our mind. And listen, if we can win that game and then go on and keep going in every game, try to win the games, we'll just see where we are, and hopefully it's high up the league.
Great. We'll wish you well for Tuesday.
Cheers, guys.